It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave.
We are their cattle. We are being bred for slavery.
I just thought, you're a guy.
Most guys do.
Kathleen Turner became a household name in the 80s with that gravelly voice.
Tell me about the money, Charlie.
Oh, you see, I take these glasses off. She looks like a regular person, doesn't she, huh? Put them back on, formaldehyde face.
Old Man River, that old man river.
You know, you look like your head fell in the cheese dip back in 1957.
Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
You're not human. Yes, you have a human body, but your consciousness is alien.
What's your problem?
Yo, I'm a paparazzi. I don't play no Yahtzee. I go pop, 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 pop. My camera's up your crotch.
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
That voice immortalized Jessica Rabbit, the animated sexpot, which Turner did when she was 9 months pregnant.
The day my water broke, I was recording Jessica Rabbit.
No.
Okay, just look at these. I'm going to tell you why I'm showing you these in just a second, but just keep these in mind because this is how ignorant they think we are and how short of a memory that we actually have. Now, just keep this in mind and listen to this next video. Okay, just look at these. I'm going to tell you why I'm showing you these in just a second, but just keep these in mind because this is how ignorant they think we are and how short of a memory that we actually have. Now, just keep this in mind and listen to this next video.
I believe if government were to now say, we just made a finding that there's a new virus and everyone should do X, Y, and Z, the amount of compliance with X, Y, and Z would be much, much lower than it was at the beginning of COVID because people do not trust the government, especially on this issue, the way they did at the beginning. And that would be a complicating factor, right? When you have people who just don't listen, because government had no capacity to enforce any of this. You must wear a mask. And people wore masks in New York. But if they said, I'm not wearing a mask, there was nothing I could do about it. You must close your private business. I won't. Well, there was nothing I could really do about it. It was really all voluntary, and it was extraordinary when you think about it, that society acted with that uniformity voluntarily, because I had no enforcement capacity. So you have a reduced trust in government.
Paparazzi. I don't play no Yahtzee. I go pop, 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 pop. My camera's up your crotch.
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
That voice immortalized Jessica Rabbit, the animated sex pot, which Turner did when she was 9 months pregnant.
The day my water broke, I was recording Jessica Rabbit.
No. I don't believe it. It's not possible.
I didn't say it would be easy, Neo. I just said it would be the truth.
Stop. Let me out.
Nothing like starting a Sunday with a violation. So somebody sent me that video this morning, and it got me looking at states that have banned the spraying of airborne chemicals, like Tennessee. While I was searching around, I came upon an article about Airvacs. A group of leading American scientists have unveiled a new Airvac, which uses airborne aerosols to deliver mRNA vaccines straight into people's lungs. The new system was developed by researchers at Yale University. The scientists developed the Airvac to combat vaccine hesitancy, as the new method bypasses the need for injections, as it can be pumped into the air and used to vaccinate large groups of people at once via the air they are breathing. The mRNA in Airvac is encapsulated into polymer nanoparticles, according to reports. Following a study on mice, the results led researchers to declare that this new method of delivery could radically change the way people are vaccinated. Airvacs can get the job done without a needle and syringe, allowing for greater vaccine coverage. Scientists say the method will help the government to deliver vaccines for COVID and other viruses to people in remote areas of the world. It will also overcome low vaccination rates among those who don't want to get the injections. If Saltzman's invention gets approved, the method could be used to pump the Airvacs out of planes to deliver mRNA nanoparticles and spike proteins to the populations of entire cities. This method would allow for the mass vaccination of the public without having to individually inject each and every person after getting their consent. It is the same type of oral nano vaccine now being used on shrimp and other seafood and meats to vaccinate them for COVID-19. When you put the pieces of the puzzle together, a disturbing picture emerges, warns Dr. Joseph Mercola. Once vaccines go airborne, hesitancy will no longer be an obstacle for globalist governments. And that's something.
Most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress?
I was...
Look again. Who is it?
Maybe they've always been with us. Those things out there. Maybe they love it.
Turner dishes about other on-screen lovers. In Pritzi's honor, her legendary co-star had trouble with the love scenes.
Tell me about Jack Nicholson.
I called it Who's on Top.
You know what you need? You need a Brazilian plastic surgeon.
I've got one that can see.
We could be.
Have you ever wondered what triple washed means on your organic lettuce? They say, we washed it 3 times. What did you wash it with? It's chlorine bleach. Let's go down the rabbit hole.
According to Consumer Reports, triple washed or ready-to-eat greens typically are rinsed to remove dirt, debris, and grit, then washed in water that contains chlorine or another sanitizer, and finally rinsed. But this doesn't necessarily get rid of the bacteria that can cause food poisoning.
So you like pre-washed lettuce mixes? The FDA encourages lettuce to be washed with a bleach solution to kill harmful bacteria. The greens are treated with a mix of water and a food-grade sanitizing agent like chlorine. The problem is traces of bleach are left on the lettuce. Chlorine produces free radicals in the body, which trigger cell damage, and they are highly carcinogenic, even in small amounts. Take note,
They're telling us plain as day, they're not hiding it, that they're bleaching your lettuce. And they're telling you that bleaching it doesn't even get rid of all the bacteria or any of the bacteria, as well as the E. coli. So you really need to ask yourself, what is the purpose of using the bleach? Can't you just use a water solution to rinse the dirt off of the organic lettuce? Right here, our beloved FDA encourages to wash the lettuce with a bleach solution to kill harmful bacteria, but it doesn't kill it. So at this point, man, we really need to understand that they're getting us at every level, and we have to educate ourselves about everything that goes in our mouths. We need to know where it comes from and what they're spraying on it.
There are no limits.
It figures it would be something like this.
Human beings are a disease, a cancer of this planet. You are a plague, and we are the cure.
The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite. You have given us entree to the resources we need in our ongoing quest for multidimensional expansion.
You still don't get it, do you, boys? There ain't no countries anymore. No more good guys. They're running the whole show. They own everything, the whole goddamn planet. They can do whatever they want.
He's a tall, Caucasian male, doesn't appear armed, wearing sunglasses.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Welcome.
You want some figures? Okay, latest water test. Tested the rain. 13,100 micrograms per liter of aluminum in the rain in 2013. Normally, it should be 0. So 13,100 is pretty damn much, folks. It used to be 0. Then it was 100s in the 2000s. And then since 2010, it's into the 1000s and the latest 13,100. In the snow on Mount Shasta, pristine Mount Shasta, 61,000 feet. No, excuse me, 8,000 foot level, 61,000 micrograms per liter. 4 times the amount that is found in the soil up there. Where in the hell is this stuff coming from if it's not coming from the soil? You know, these tests are international in scope. We're seeing this all over the world, guys. Okay, pH of acid soils is 20 times more alkaline. The aluminum in the soil has doubled in the last 10 years. Aluminum blocks essential nutrients. I am unable in my garden to restore normal pH, and that's because nanoparticles are now in the circulatory systems of both plants and humans. So welcome, fellow guinea pigs. The collapse and decrease of agriculture is something I worry about even more than the previous info about autism and Alzheimer's.
In my line of work, you got to keep repeating things over and over and over again for the truth to sink in.
When you are serving God, you're not a part of no secret society.
No.
No secret order.
No. That's right.
No Masons.
That's right.
No Elks. No Illuminati.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
We don't bow to owls.
Go ahead, man.
Elements.
Amen.
And imagery.
Yeah.
We bow to God.
That's right. One true God. Go ahead, man.
How can you be a member of the Illuminati and then gonna say, thank God? You's a liar.
Amen.
The Illuminati is a cult.
Amen.
All that are in it are satanic.
Go ahead.
You're cult followers.
Go ahead,
I don't care if you are millionaires, if you are pop artists. There is no God but one.
Amen. Go ahead, brother.
Just one.
Amen.
You can't be a preacher and be in the Illuminati. You can't be a preacher and be a Mason.